Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. Welcome to Nat Fashion Hub, the best fashion channel in the world. So today we're going to learn how to cut an Ankara button down shirt with a senator neck, just like you see it in the picture right there. And so the measurement we're going to be considering for this are this. The shoulder measurement is 18, chest measurement 42, length of 30, and the neck of 17. So if you are yet to subscribe to my channel, please hit the subscribe button and turn your notification bell on so that whenever I drop my videos you'll be notified. First of all, we are going to fold our fabric into two, as you can see, considering some measurement that I'm going to talk about right now. So you see, I folded this all together. The fabric is 14 inches folded. And why did I do so? The bust of this customer is 42, that is the chest, and you divide chest by 42 by 4, you're going to have 10 and a half. All right, so this is our 10 and a half right here that I've marked right here. Then I've added 2 inches for the button allowance, 2 inches right there, and then I have like 1.5 inch remaining for seam allowance. Okay, that is why I used that 14 inches to fold the front part, the front block. All right, so the next thing I'm going to do now, we're going to start applying. We'll remove the front block. After we are done removing the front block, we can then do the back block. Okay, so first of all, we are going to consider this. I don't want this to appear on my work, those pattern on the wrapper, those right up, so I'm going to remove that allowance away before I start taking my measurement. So I'll be measuring 4 inches from the top there down, and it will help me to slant my shoulder line. So the first we're going to do is we're going to consider our shoulder line. Okay, so we're going to slant it. I'll use my long ruler. I'm going to slant our shoulder line. Can you see? You can see the way I'm putting it from the 4 inches mark. It's slanting to the beginning of the folded fabric, as you can see there. The next thing we'll consider now is the length of the top. We see the length of our shirt is 30 inches, so we're going to mark our 30 inches exactly. Now for us to get 2 points so as to get a straight line, we have to measure from the beginning of this fabric to this point we mark here to know what we have. Okay, so we're going to extend this same measurement in another place that side so we can have a straight line. All right, so this will enable us get a straight line. You always take 2 points measurement and join them to be sure you have a straight line. All right, so if you are yet to subscribe to my channel, please hit the subscribe button and turn your notification bell on. The next thing we'll do is to remove this front block. Okay, once we are done removing the front block, we will go ahead and remove our back block, and then we will apply our measurement. So the first thing is to fold this 2 inches button allowance. I've folded here. This is my button allowance. I folded it. All right, I folded my button allowance, as you can see. I'm going to press it so that it will be flat. Okay, this button allowance you can use 2.5 inches, no problem, so that you won't run short of you. It won't look too tiny. Okay, 2.5 inches is still fine. All right, so after pressing it carefully, the next thing to do now is for us to remove our front block. Okay, but we'll extend that line there so that we'll have it. So what I have now, you see our bust is 10.5 like I said, so what we have there remaining is a 1.5 inch seam allowance. Okay, so we'll extend this line here so that we'll see it clearly. So like I said, if you are yet to subscribe to my channel, please hit the subscribe button and turn your notification bell on so that you will always be notified whenever I drop my videos. Please do justice to that. So we'll fold our fabric now for the back block. All right, we'll fold our fabric for the back block so that we'll apply our measurements, and then we will finish up with cutting our shirt. All right, so after folding, we are going to slant the back block the same way the front is slanted. Then we'll push the front block downwards by minimum of 4 inches. So after slanting the back block, we'll shift the front block down. Okay, and this is by 4 inches. I normally use 4 inches. I don't like using 3 inches. I want the effect to show very well. Okay, so 4 inches. This shifts the shoulder line into the front. All right, it's a style. Okay, so we're going to fold it to cross the front block by just half an inch. You can see it's crossing the front block by just half an inch. So the next thing is to apply our measurement. You see our shoulder is 18 divided by 2, that will be 9. When you're cutting, you divide shoulder by 2, shoulder measurement by 2. So if you divide 18 by 2, you have 9 plus half inch allowance, that is 9.5 there. The next thing for us to do now is to locate our arm. Now the formula for locating that arm is shoulder measurement divide by 2. And in this case, we are having 18 to be our shoulder. So if you divide 18 by 2, you're going to be having 9. Alright, if you divide 18 by 2, you have 9. But look at this, we will not use that 9 completely, because if we use the 9 completely, the arm will be too wide. Alright, because arm is curved. By the time you use 9 and then you curve it, it will be too big. So that is 9 right there, but we are not going to use that 9 complete. We are going to minus 1.5 inch allowance from it. So if you minus 1.5 inch allowance from 9, you're going to have what? You're going to have 7.5. So that is the mark we're using for our arm point, and then we'll also take our chest measurement from there. So our chest is what? Our chest measurement is 40.5. That is 42 divided by 4, 10.5, sorry, is 10.5. So that is our 10.5 right there, plus about 3/4 inch seam allowance. That's what is there. So we're going to extend this shoulder line down. This 9.5 we have here, look at it, we'll extend it down so as to get a straight line to enable us to curve our arm. Alright, so I'm going to use a ruler, join the 2 points together to get a straight line. This is to enable us to curve our arm. Alright, the next thing is to mark 2 inches or 1.5 inch from this arm line here to upwards. You can see. So at this mark here, I'm going to mark 1 inch inwards. You can fold. It's very simple and easy. So this will help me now to curve my arm. Alright, so watch, I'm going to curve it. I'm going to curve into this 1 inch here. You can see that it's quite simple. This gives you a guide on how to curve your arm. So you see, if you measure this curve now, it will be more than or 9 inches. Alright, but if we had used that 9 after dividing the 18 by 2, after this curve, you discover that your arm will be too wide. I did a video on how to get a perfect arm curve. The video is on my channel. Please, you can check my channel, check the video on how to get a perfect arm curve, and you will see that video. So we measure this thing now. Now our chest, the chest measurement we have there is 40.5. We're going to mark about 5 inches for our side vent. Yes, 5 inches for our side vent. It's not going to be just a little side vent. It's a short kind of stuff, so it's a little side vent. Alright, just a little. And we know that our shirt length is 30, so we still have 2 inches hemming allowance there. You see how what I'm doing? Still have 2 inches hemming allowance there. So on the mark where we marked our side vent, we're going to take our measurement. We'll extend the chest measurement down. Alright, so you can see we're doing that using a straight line. A straight line, you can see that. So friends, this is very, very easy and straightforward. We're going to cut out our arm, and when cutting arm for a shirt, the front piece is deeper than the back. This is to give your arm fitting, to avoid your shirt from rumpling when you wear it. The next thing we're going to look at is the neck. So the neck, we're going to mark 4.5 inches deep. That is the formula for cutting our neck of 17 with a wideness of 2¼ inch wide. I did a video on how to get your neckline perfectly. It's also in my videos. Please check it out. Check the video out, how to cut your neckline perfectly. If you check that video, believe me, you will have no confusion when it comes to cutting neck. So for a neck of 17, we use a depth of 4½ inches by wideness of 2¼ When it's a neck of 16, you use wideness of 2 by a depth of 4. That gives you 16. Anything above 16, you just add a little and then you get what you want. And also, before you finish your work, you measure your neck to see if it is too small. You can still trim it up. We're going to open this allowance now. We folded this into 2 to get our front piece. So I'm going to open the allowance now. Alright. So if I open this, we see that a notch is very important there. Yes. Also, make a notch to identify the center. Yep. So if we open this allowance, you will see the difference between the front and the back piece. This is the button allowance. You can see that this is the button allowance we have right here, indicating a clear difference between the back and the front piece. Alright, so if you're enjoying this video, I really appreciate you can hit the subscribe button and turn the notification bell on. Can you see that? Very interesting. We're going to fold that allowance like that to make our button, our button line. Okay, so actually cutting a shirt like this is very easy. It's not difficult at all. It's very easy. The next one I'm going to cut now is the yoke. Alright, so I'll fold our fabric. And the yoke, as I said before, I don't know if it's in my video, I said your yoke, once it's 7 inches deep from the neck line where I'm holding my left hand here, once your yoke is 7 inches up to 7 inches deep, it's okay. Alright, so cut out our yoke, you see. So we're going to fold it and we're going to hem it right there. Yeah, we're going to hem it. We're doing all of this so that when we start joining this top, it shouldn't take us time at all. Alright, so we're done with that. Keep it aside. So the next thing we're going to do is to cut the sleeves. And cutting the sleeves too is as simple as possible. It's not difficult at all. Alright, so now cutting our sleeves, you discover that when you're cutting your sleeve, you consider the depth of the arm curve, right? The arm, because this sleeve is attaching to the arm, so you consider that. Alright, so for instance, if your arm curve was 20, that is 10. If your arm curve is 10, you fold this fabric by 9, alright, to get a curve that will give you 10. If your arm curve is 11, you fold this fabric by 10, that is -1 inch. So our arm curve there is 10, so we're folding the fabric by 9. So the next thing we're going to do now is to check the length of the sleeve, alright, and then add 2 inches hemming allowance to our sleeve. So the length of this sleeve is 10 plus 2 inches allowance, that is 12, right? That is 12. The next thing we're going to do is to mark, to take the sleeve round, which is 15 plus ½ inch allowance. So 15 divided by 2, that is 7.5, plus ½ inch allowance, that is 8. Alright, so we have right there. So next thing is to check the depth of the curve is 5 inches. We always measure 5 inches from the beginning of the fabric to locate the curve, the depth of the curve. Now if this curve is not deep up to 5 inches, it makes the shirt to rumple, okay, in front. When you wear your shirt, you see it being rumpled in front. It's because you didn't remove the allowance completely when you were curving this arm, right? So that's why you deepen the curve up toward 5 inches. Very important. Okay, and then we're going to fold down here on that 2 inches mark allowance. Let us remove also the excess allowance we have right here. We're going to fold it by that 2 inches allowance, and then we'll remove this excess first, and then we'll fold it by that 2 inches. Look at the allowance there. We'll fold it there. And the next thing is for us to cut out our sleeve. Alright, let's confirm that our 8 is still there, because we said our sleeve round is 15 divided by 2, 7.5 plus half inch allowance makes us 8. So that is that. To make the point there. Hope you can see this, and hope it's clear enough and it's simple enough to understand. I've also done a video on how to cut short sleeve perfectly. Please watch it, and you'll not have any issue at all. Now let's see what I was telling you about. Now your armhole curve on the shirt should be the same size with the arm curve on that sleeve. All right, so our arm curve on the shirt, let's see what we're having here. We are having about 11. So on the sleeve also we should have a curve that is nothing less than 11 inches. All right, so let's see what we have on our sleeve round curve here. Let's see if we have up to 11. You see that is way more than 11. Look at 10 there, is way more than 11. So it means we are on point. All right, so always ensure that you confirm this, so that when you finish and you join your arm, you don't end up having a short arm that is not up to the size of the arm curve on the shirt. That would be a problem for you. So the next thing for us to do is to just use the first sleeve we have cut to remove the second one without wasting time. All right, instead of doing a lot of sketches again, we just remove this using the first one we cut. All right, yeah. So that is that. Like I said, if you're enjoying this video, if this video is making sense, please hit the subscribe button and turn your notification bell on. All right, so that whenever I drop my videos, you will be the first to be notified. Okay, and I appreciate if you can share, like the video. You must have made my day. We're going to hem it. Hemming it like this will automatically enable you to sew without stress. When you carry to sew, you are not wondering what the measurement is, because you have already marked the measurement and folded your sleeve, so you will not have any challenge again when you are sewing your shirt. All right, so you can see we are done with that. All right, so our 2 sleeves for a shirt. I like taking this slow and steady so that everyone can follow and easily understand what we are doing. Okay, so this is our shirt. Let's look at how it's looking. Let's open up and see how it's looking. This is the gum we're going to use on it for the button allowance. That's when we are sewing anyway. We're going to use that gum on it. So we are going to apply the gum on the left side of the shirt that carries button. So friends, if you enjoyed this video, hit the subscribe button, give me a thumb up, like the video, and I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you.